Yo, what's up, gentlemen? So I just want to talk about a pretty cool experience I had yesterday. I went on basically like three random dates with like three random women I met, and none of it was planned. None of it was planned at all. So it was just a very cool experience. I want to talk about it today. So if you're curious about how you can basically with no prior planning go on three dates out of nowhere, then pay attention. All right. So yesterday it started. I went to go get a burrito, and I pulled up and got in line. And there was this cute like Mexican girl behind me, and I just looked at her for like half a second. She smiled. I smiled back. I looked away, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I like your shoes." And so I just started talking to her about, hey, like your shoes. And we started talking about, she was like, "Oh, I like your shoes too." I was like, "Thanks. I got them at Kohl's or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, what kind of shopper are you?" Basically just talked about, like, if you want actual like insight into this interaction, it was literally, "I like your shoes." She was like, "Oh, I like your shoes." And I was like, "Cool. Well, like I got them at Kohl's, whatever. What kind of shopper are you?" Started like teasing her a little bit, like, "Oh yeah, you look like a thrift shopper. Like I can tell you have like the whole vibe." And then basically I just started saying like, "Oh yeah, it's like really hot today. Like what the hell?" And she's like, "Oh well, I'm Mexican, so it's fine for me." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not. That's unfair. Like I need some protection or something." And just started talking shit back and forth. And eventually I was just like, after about 2 minutes or 3 minutes of talking, we were standing in line. I was like, "Hey, do you want to just grab lunch?" Because we kind of figured out that she was there alone, and she just got some work done. She was like not that busy. So I was like, "Do you want to just grab lunch?" She was like, "Oh, like you're making me blush, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, do you want to?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I guess. Why not? Like, what do you have to lose?" And so we got our burritos and we went on like a date. Like we actually just sat down, had lunch together, flirted back and forth. We're texting. Right now, we're probably gonna meet up later in like the next week. It was like a really cool experience, like super cute girl. Very cool experience. And then after that, I went to another coffee shop to get some work done. And I sat down for about an hour and a half, worked, got some training done for clients. And then I was walking, and there's like a little park area in the area of downtown where I was walking. And I saw this bench, and I just sat down. I was working outside like on this bench with like my phone as a hotspot. And this girl like kind of walked out. She was like on her lunch break or something, like eating a salad on this bench. She like kind of looked at me, smiled, and just like sat down. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck, that'd be crazy, but I'm just gonna go up and talk to her. So I went up to her. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And immediately, she like was giving me like very clear indicators that she was interested. And I just, I started talking to her, and I was like, I gave her some shit about, she was reading like a Harry Potter book. And so I like gave her some shit about that. And I was just kind of teasing. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I like sit down?" She was like, "Oh yeah, no, go for it." And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, like I'm just like totally hitting on you right now." And we just went back and forth, talked for like 30 minutes, like our entire lunch break. We were just hanging out. We're actually going to hang out tonight, I think. And then after, after we did that, she went back, and I went to another coffee shop, and I was already like feeling really good. I made an approach while I was walking back to my car actually, and this girl, she was like, "Oh, like my boyfriend's over there." I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, bro? Like, sorry, anyway, have like a good day, guys." And then went back to my car and went to another coffee shop to get some work done. And when I pulled up, I got out and I sat down, and there was a girl wearing like a Yankees hat, like baseball team. And I was like, "I hate the Yankees, by the way." And she was like, "What?" She like took her headphones out, and I was like, "No, I just hate the Yankees. Like, so we're gonna have some beef." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And so we just started like talking back and forth from like across the room. And I was like, "You know what? Like, I'm just gonna sit by you. Is that cool? Can I just sit by you? Fuck it." And she was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." And then we just started talking. So, I was like, I got to know, like, you obviously like coffee, right? Like, okay, cool. So I know where to take you on our first date. She's like, "Oh, I like how forward you are. I like how, like, you lead and everything." And then I started talking about my business, basically told her, like, how like what I do. She started like watching videos. She like watched a couple of YouTube videos. She might even be watching this, which would be hilarious. And I don't normally do this, by the way. Like that's what's actually crazy. I just had a day where I was just feeling incredibly social, and I opened myself up to opportunities, and I ended up like hanging out with like three girls that were very cool, just randomly, like nothing sexual, nothing weird, like just literally just we were just having a good time, like vibing, having a great time together. just talking about life. And I just met like 3 really cool people that I don't even know, I might not even see, like, other than the girl tonight and the third girl I talked to, like, might not even see them again after that. Like the date might not go well. Like we might not like each other as much as it seemed like we did. But it was just so cool. And so for you guys that are saying like, I don't have time to date, I don't have time to do this, it's like, dude, I was just at a coffee shop, like chilling, doing work. Like I was actually working. And yeah, like you might not be able to go to a coffee shop, whatever. But like if you open yourself up to these moments and you have the skills in order to meet people, talk to them, and like flirt with a girl that you just met, then there's so much opportunity out there. There's so much you can actually do in your life that you can just completely change your life around. Your life is completely changed, right? I went on like 2 dates in like an hour with 2 different girls in like 2 hours. And then I met another girl and we hung out for like an hour at this coffee shop, and she was like watching my YouTube videos. We were like talking about like dating stuff and like dating dynamics. And it was like really cool, conversation. I might even like do a video with this girl. And like, it was just such a cool experience. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because that is literally what is possible. You know, I'm going to try to document more of that, except like, I don't want the people I meet to like think I'm just doing it for content. Cause I genuinely enjoy hanging out with people, meeting new people, talking to them. But I really want to document this stuff because it shows that like, it's so possible. It is so possible to live a life where you're just meeting new people all the time. You're just having a good time, meeting new people, even if you don't end up going on dates with these girls. And like, I don't end up, you know, oh, but like, did you close? Like, did you sleep with her or whatever? It's like, that doesn't matter, because if you meet enough people and you guys like each other enough, like sex will happen. Sex is a thing that happens, right? And so you guys got to understand that like the most important thing is having access to opportunities and having the most opportunity possible. It's the most important thing, and having the skills to capitalize on that opportunity. And as long as you can do that, your life will completely change forever. So hopefully this was like a little bit of motivation. I just want to talk about this today because it was like just a really cool experience that I had yesterday. And maybe it'll inspire you to like take a random girl on a date at a burrito shop, right? If just one person gets a cool experience from this, that'd be really, really awesome. So I can make videos later on how I did this, like what I actually was thinking, what was going through my head. But to be honest, guys, it was literally just that I was thinking, man, it would be cool to have this cool experience. I could just have this cool experience with this girl. Like, do you just want to grab lunch? Like, fuck it. Like, let's just do it. Let's be crazy. And I'm just looking for adventure. I'm looking for spontaneity, right? That's all I'm looking for. So take that for what you will. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Comment below. Let me know what you would... Goddamn. Comment below. Let me know what you want to see from me in the future. I'm not editing this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.